Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jim, and yes, we will be dropping them. So, I wanted to bring you a brief video today talking about the qualities of a good woman. Are you a good woman? Do you possess the qualities that good women have? And do you agree with the list that I'm about to show you? So, I've been watching a lot of videos talking about, I'm a good woman. It's hard to find a good man. And um, nobody is going over the attributes that you need to possess in order to qualify you as a good woman. Newsflash, adulting does not make you a good woman, meaning being on your own, having your own apartment, driving your own car, paying your own bills, that does not qualify you to be a great woman. Okay? Everybody needs to know how to adult. That is how you sustain yourself in this life. So, we're going to get into it. I'm not going to take up much of your time. I hope not going to take up much of your time. So, let's just get to it.
Everybody wants a good woman until that good woman requires you to be a good man. Men claim they want a good woman, but when they get her, they don't know what to do with her. See, some of these men want so much, but the energy isn't reciprocated. And then when she questions you about your actions, you try gaslighting and you blame her for being a strong woman or tell her that she has masculine energy. Well, maybe you just aren't man enough for her to show her soft feminine side.
Okay. Now, you all heard him in this video talking about, men want great women without being a great man. So, what prompted me to look up this video was I saw that Chads want submissive women too. Crazy, right? But see, here's the thing, the reason why you attract Chads to you and you are attracted to a Chad is because you all are not good people. You all are not good men. You are not good women. Okay? That is the reason why. And having a good man, being in a relationship with a good man, being in a relationship with a good woman is ideal. But some of you don't really want that. Okay? I've heard guys say that they prefer, the thoughts and the chicks who don't hold them accountable, don't hold themselves accountable, spend money, have sex all day long and don't require anything of them. But as women, we require you to be a man because we enjoy the process of being led. We enjoy that. We enjoy, learning new things and finding out, um, finding out new things about ourselves that make us great women. And you can't become a good woman without a man. Shoot me down in the comments. Say whatever it is you need to say. But it's the truth. You cannot elevate to being a woman without having a man. Which is why you see all of these 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old females acting like children because they've never had a man. Okay? And being with a good woman is it's a great idea until you actually get her, because if you feel as if, going out, staying out all night, not staying in, um, going to the clubs, not having no responsibilities, eventually it's going to get to a point where That good woman is going to require you to start leading her somewhere. She's going to want to elevate, and there's nothing wrong with that. She's going to want to elevate, but are you willing to elevate her? Because I'm going to tell you like this. I don't know how other women are, but the guys that I've dealt with, went on dates with, started something with, and it didn't end well. um I get real disrespectful real quick. If I feel as if you are not, you know, um, you are not leading, you are not a leader, and you want to sit around and play all day while I'm trying to do things to elevate, I get disrespectful real quick. So instead of disrespecting you, I just leave. I will leave because it makes no sense. And that is a reflection on me. So I don't do that. But I don't know how other women view guys or treat guys who they feel are not leaders. Most times we won't deal with them. Okay. So you go from going to the club every night, popping bottles, no responsibilities, no nothing. Spend a female, I'm talking about the men, spending money on guys, spending money on males, having them lay up in your crib, you know, then you go from that to somebody who requires something of you, somebody who would prefer to stay at home and have a nice glass of wine and have a nice, watch a nice movie, somebody that enjoys her own company, somebody that respects herself, somebody that holds herself accountable. That is considered boring. That's considered boring. And so that's why guys end up saying, oh, well, you too masculine. I've been told that, I'm too hard to love and I got too much going on because I'm requiring you to be something that you don't necessarily want to be. And if you force a guy to be somebody he doesn't, one or two things is going to happen. He's either going to resent you for making him become somebody he didn't want to become, making him do something he didn't want to do, or when he gets where he wants to be, he's going to leave you for somebody he feels is better than you. Those are the only two outcomes when you force a dusty dude to become a man instead of just going out there and qualifying yourself, making sure you're qualified to get a man. We waste too much time trying to mold these guys into men when we can just make sure that we take care of ourselves and have the attributes that qualify us to get a man in the first place. Okay? So, um do you have the do you have the attributes of being a good woman to attract the good man to you? Okay? So now I'm going to show you a list, and we're gonna break this list down and see if you guys fit into any of these categories. Okay, so you can stop asking yourself the question of why am I not getting a good man, and this is what a man qualifies you to be as a woman. Okay, this is what he's looking at. So let me share this tab. Okay, so 10 qualities of a good woman. Number one, first and foremost, honest and trustworthy. Okay. So if you're going around lying to yourself about who you are, what you want, what you do, then you're going to attract that person to you. I know some people don't believe in the law of attraction, but that is very real. If you're going around not being honest with yourself, not trusting yourself, how could you attract somebody that is also honest and trustworthy to you, right? So we have to start being honest with ourselves. We have to stop lying to ourselves that either we're happy in the situations that we're in, we're happy being single, and we know that we prefer to be in relationships. We know that we're emotional people. We know that we thrive better with a companion. Stop lying to yourself saying that you happy being single, that you don't need nobody, that you okay just jumping around from person to person. No, you're not. Because when those we jump around from person to person, those spirits impede us. They stay with us. Did you know that it takes 7 years for one man's spirit to leave your body? Did you know that? So, jumping around from person to person, you have all these spirits entangled in you. The reason why a man can jump around from woman to woman is because he penetrates her. We as women get penetrated. That don't just mean physically, that means emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally, everything. We take on our men. We consume them. That's why they say couples act alike, because we consume our men. We start to act like them. We move like them. Okay? So if you have a dishonest and untrustworthy man, then you yourself are going to become dishonest and trustworthy. I don't care if you started out whatever. I don't care if you started out a great person, whatever. If you start to get entangled into a dishonest and untrustworthy man, you're going to become dishonest and trustworthy. I don't care what nobody says, okay? Two, you're authentic or genuine. Okay. You do things out of the kindness of your heart for others. You're real with yourself so that you can be real with other people. Again, this goes into stop lying to yourself. You guys are not happy. Okay. I see you all on TikTok. I see the videos, I see the breakdowns of what other people find on you guys on TikTok, on Instagram. Stop lying to yourself. You will be so much happier if you accepted responsibility for your own actions and change them, because that's the only way you'll be able to grow. You step back from the situation, you step back from people, you start to accept what it is that you're doing wrong. Oh man, I know I shouldn't have did that. Oh man, I know I shouldn't have moved that way. I know I shouldn't have did this. I knew I shouldn't have slept with him. I knew I shouldn't have went out that night. And you accept that, and you use that to move forward, because once you accept it, you can catch the behavior that you're portraying, and you can change it in the moment instead of having a regret later on. Okay? You have to start accepting who you are so that you can change it for the better. That is growth. That's what men look for. Are you honest with yourself? Are you genuine? Do you give to people without expecting anything in return? Do you consider other people before you make a move? You see what I'm saying? Because that's how he's going to know that you consider him before you make a decision. I don't make a decision without my husband. I don't make a decision without talking to him first. And I had to learn that. And that's okay that you're still in the learning stage. We learn every single day. It's okay that you need to go to your husband and ask him for advice, because he's going to see things different from the way you see things. We think from an emotional standpoint, men think from a logical standpoint. But when you when you transition into womanhood, you can think both emotionally and logically. So you can't call yourself a woman when you still out here thinking emotionally only. Okay? So men want to know that you're able to capture that you're able to understand your authenticity and that you're genuine. You care about him, you care about others, and then you're going to care for your children. They want to see that. Number three, intelligent and curious. Okay. So you're willing to learn. You're willing to understand. You're willing to adapt to certain situations. You can't take your hood rattery. You know what I mean? You can't take your hood rattery and try to spin it like it's good in every setting. You act like a hood rat in every setting. You know what I'm saying? You act like you don't know how to conduct yourself in public around people. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say a partnership. A relationship is part business. A marriage is part business. You all are supposed to build together, not just be together because the sex is great or y'all just like each other's company. You all have to set a foundation to build something greater, because eventually it's going to become more about what you build and who you're building for than being in an actual relationship. It's part business. And if you don't understand that a relationship is part business, how do you get with a man? How do you get with a man? And I understand that we've been taught, we need to train men, but we can't train a man. Okay? We can't train them in. That is false information. And if you're around an older female that tells you that you have to train a man, get away from her, because she's setting you up for failure. Do you hear me? She's setting you up for failure. You can't train a man just because you put vagina on a man, just because your fellatio is off the chain, just because you get him a place to lay up and stay. That don't make him a good man, and that don't make you a good woman. It don't stop at sex. You have to continue to build. Okay, you have to want to understand the ins and outs of how your man is moving, because you're gonna what if what if something happened? You gonna have to move like he do. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have to learn the ins and outs. You have to be willing and open yourself up to learning more, to doing more, to being better. And that's how you elevate. That's how you transition. And men want to know that you're capable of doing that. And if you're not capable of doing that, you disqualify yourself from being with that man. You have to learn how to zip your lips. Zip them lips. You got to learn how to do that and listen. And I know that's hard for some of us to do because we love being in control. But if you're not able to relinquish control, you will fail in getting and maintaining a man. A real woman knows how to relinquish and step into control. She knows what to do and when to do it. It's not about having control all the time. You have to know when to let it go. You're strong enough. You trust yourself. You're confident in yourself to relinquish control, let it go, and let it play out, which brings us to number 4, being self-confident. Okay? I'm going to sit up and I'm going to be straight honest with you. I'm not the best looking woman in the world. I know that. I acknowledge that. I understand that. Okay? I know that I am confident in who I am. I know that I can acknowledge who I am, and I love myself for who I am. Some of y'all don't know how to do that. Some of y'all, thrive in false confidence. That's not okay. That's not okay. You know what I mean? You have to be able to stand firm in who you are, what you do, how you do it. You know what I mean? Bringing to the table is more than money. You got to bring you got to bring confidence. You got to bring nurturing abilities. You got to bring femininity to the table. And that's what you career women don't understand. Men don't care about your money. Men don't care about how much money you make. You know what I'm saying? Can you be my peace at home? Can you raise my children properly? Can you reiterate my message to my children and the people around you? Do you know how to, again, zip your lips? Do you know how to zip your lips? Do you know how to shut up? Because that's important. Okay, I was just me and my husband just talking this morning about a man suing his wife because she opened her mouth because they won the lottery, and she went off and told his family. Shut up. That's not everybody's business. So you have to be confident in who you are and what it is that you do. And a lot of you all are not confident. That's why y'all, when somebody asks you what it is that you do, you start rattling off whatever list you have under career, because you're not confident in who you are outside of your career. Men don't care about that. And so, because you focus solely on your career and not balancing your career and maintaining your femininity, that's where you're losing. That's where you're losing. Okay? So, number 5, compassionate and forgiving. Okay? It first starts with yourself. You have to forgive yourself for all the mistakes that you feel you have made. If you feel like you didn't move correctly, or you wasted time, or things didn't pan out how you desire them to be, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Because if you know how to forgive yourself, you'll know how to look at people's mistakes, look at everybody else around you mistakes, and see them for what they are, and not hold it against them for making mistakes. You have empathy towards certain situations. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna want people to forgive you. Your husband is gonna make mistakes, gonna want he's going to want you to forgive him. Your children are going to make mistakes. Outside family members are going to make mistakes. Your friends are going to make mistakes. Everybody is going to make mistakes. But how you handle those people making mistakes is what makes or breaks you. If you don't have empathy, if you don't have understanding, if you don't acknowledge that people are human, you will never succeed. Holding grudges don't get you nowhere. Holding grudges makes you miserable. Holding grudges makes you sad and depressed. You don't want to be like that. You have to forgive and be able to move forward. You have to have foresight. You have to see beyond the mistake. That's where forgiving comes in. You have to be able to not let the mistake hold you back. You have to be able to move forward. And that's what a man looks for. Can you move forward? Can you move past it? We're all human. We all make mistakes. Can you push through that? Okay? And if you can't push through that, which most of you all do not, if you cannot push through that, that will be a problem for a man, because every single time something happens, you will forever throw that back in his face. Okay? That's the reason why men don't open up to you, because you're going to use it as ammo. That's childish. We don't do that. Women don't do that. Okay? Number 6, kind and thoughtful. It's the same thing as authentic and genuine, which is number 2. Kind and thoughtful. You spend time thinking about other people. You know what I mean? Somebody doing something for you, you give them give them an appreciation gift or a thank you card, or I was just thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? How you handle people outside of you. My husband told me, this was before we started dating for real. My husband told me that one of the things that he liked about me was the fact that I would get on the bus. This is before I had my car. I would get on the bus to go see my niece who lived 3 hours away. So I would take a full day. This is back when I was working. I would take a full day off of work. I would purchase a bus ticket. I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I would be in Iowa by 11. My bus came at 6. I would have to get up, take the bus to the bus station. My bus left at 6. I would be in Iowa around maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock. Go spend some time with my niece, and I will come back the same day. That is thoughtful. That is kind, because you don't have to do things like that. You see what I'm saying? But it's all in the way you move. It's all in the way you move. And if you move selfishly, that is not going to be a turn on to a man. Because if you move selfishly in your everyday life, you're going to move selfishly against him. If you all get in a relationship, you're going to carve out situations that only benefit you when you're supposed to benefit everybody. You see what I'm saying? What y'all don't understand is, what females don't understand is, women are the backbone to the family. If anything happens, if that woman fails, if that woman falls, that whole family, it's a domino effect. Women are the backbone. And I understand that a lot of y'all don't want that on y'all shoulders. I get it. And it takes a strong, confident, honest, authentic, genuine, compassionate, forgiving woman to carry a full family and be the backbone. A lot of y'all can't do that. But call yourself a woman. Are you serious? Crazy, right? Number 7, willing to meet you halfway. That is self explanatory. I will not go into detail about that. That is self explanatory. Okay. 8, consistent and reliable. It's not about controlling where you are. He calling me, asking me where I'm at. I'll ask him where he at, what he doing. No, I need to know that you are safe. I need to know when I need something done right away that I can call on you to get it done. You know what I mean? I need to know your movement. If you consistent in what it is that you do in your everyday life, you will be consistent with me. You consistently go to the gym and work out. You have to apply that to your everyday life. You have to maintain consistency. I have to be able, if it ain't nobody else in the world that I can rely on, I know I can rely on you. But if I can't, if I don't know, if you're not communicating, if you're not opening up, you trying to be, mysterious, and you trying to, you trying to be sneaky, I can't work with that. I can't work with that, because again, you will move against me. Can't trust it. So this is another thing. This number 8 is for real, for real. What disqualifies y'all from getting a man? Because you inconsistent and you unreliable. That's that will disqualify you immediately. Okay. Number 9, down to earth. I love it. I used to think when I was a kid that I was very, very boring, because I was laid back. I wasn't into drama. My mom used to talk about me because I didn't go to the clubs. I didn't have a lot of friends. I enjoy my own company. I love being by myself. I love being by myself. But a lot of y'all think y'all better than what y'all actually are. So you have to over leverage yourself, knowing that you average as hell. And that's okay. It's okay to be average. You know what I mean? You trying to compare yourself to these people on Instagram and these entertainers and all of that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. As long as you are content with who you are, you're going to find somebody who loves you exactly for who you are. But you got to love yourself first. It starts with you first. So if I can't crack a joke with you, if I can't, be myself around you, if I can't open up to you, if I feel as if whatever I tell you, you're going to immediately use it against me, or you're going to immediately go tell somebody else, that's being untrustworthy. I can't trust you. That's not going to make me want to be with you. I have to be able to be myself. You know what I'm saying? When I say I'm speaking from a man's perspective. What they think. I ha- while I'm out battling the world around me, I have to be able to come home. I have to be able to come home, and my home is my castle, my relaxation vessel. If I can't do that at home, I can't do nothing with you. You see what I'm saying? And number 10, open open to learning. And I know y'all got a lot of I know females have a lot of problems with this because they equate that with being coachable, but it's true because y'all get offended. As if Females get offended as if learning stops after you graduate or after you get into your career. Learning never stops. If your man wants to pivot into another area, if he wants to learn something new that he feels is going to elevate his family, you have to be willing to do that as well. You have to be willing to help him. He can't do it on his own. And if he feels as if he can't trust you enough to be open to learning, whether you agree with it or not, if he feels as if he can't trust you in being open to learning something new, he has to do it on his own. That is going to diminish you in his eyes. And he's going to seek help elsewhere. You do not want that. You never want your man going anywhere outside of you to help him with something else, for him to talk to somebody else, for him to be intimate with somebody else, for him to lean on the shoulder of somebody else. You do not want that. That is the quickest way to lose your man. I used to tell myself when I was growing up, I do not want my man going anywhere outside of me. I have to make sure that I am 100% in who I am so that I can be 100% for him. Because the first time he seeks something outside of you, you've lost him. And I know that's hard for y'all to understand, but it's the truth. Females turn 18 every day, baby. Females turn 18 every single day. So if you don't want to find yourself competing with that, you want to hold on to your man as long as possible, you will be open to the things that are on this list. And I agree with this list. You will be open to what it is on this list. First off, you start with yourself. Take a step back. It's okay to get rid of the people around you and take a step back. If those people don't understand you're trying to grow, those are not people that you want in your circle anyway. If they can't understand that you're taking a step back so that you can find the person that is for you, then they don't need to be in your circle anyway. If they're not rooting for you, they don't need to be in your circle. Okay? It's 100% okay. And I prefer you to be by yourself. Take that time to, because that's when you learn who you really are. That's when you take the time to change, when you're by yourself and you don't have no influence. Okay. So I agree with this list, but tell me if you agree with this list or not. Thank you all for joining me on this video today. Please like, share, and subscribe so that we can continue to move throughout the algorithm. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.